Once samples are loaded into the microCT and the sample number has been obtained, click button 2 on the microCT program dock to operate the measurement program. When prompted, hit yes that you would like to do a scan. Enter the sample number you will be using for your experiment. Before adding any new scans to the task list, click Task List and clear the task list if there are any existing scans. Hit OK once the task list is clear. The machine will automatically check to see which locations on the carousel are occupied and highlight the number next to the diamonds that have a sample. Click on the diamond next to the carousel position corresponding to the sample you would like to scan first. Type in and select the control file you intend to use for your experiment. Control files should be set per experiment under the advisement of the lab manager. The control file tells the machine what size tube you're using, the resolution you're using, and finally the energy settings used for the X-ray. Note: you should be using the same control file without edits for your entire experiment. Once the control file is selected, click Scout View. A default range of scanning from the control file will be selected. We recommend scanning the entire length of the tube. Once the range is set, click Scout View on the right. The machine will then grab the selected tube and perform the scout scan. This can take a few minutes in the case the X-ray tube has to warm up. Warm-up time is at most 20 minutes. Once the scout scan is complete, click Reference Line to begin selecting your region of interest for scanning. The solid green line will indicate where a scan will start, while the dotted green line will indicate where a scan will end. To adjust the space between the two lines, hold down the Shift key and move mouse up or down to increase or decrease the number of slices included. To lock green lines into place, click the mouse button. To change the position of the lines after locking, hit Reference Line again. It is good practice to make note of the scanning parameters used for each scan you complete in the lab. We recommend filling out the scanning parameters and measurement notes sections of the Scanco microCT bone scanning procedure sheet, specifically recording the control file number, the number of slices, and the time required to complete the scan. These notes will help you replicate the results of your experiment at a later date if necessary. See the lab manager for help in filling out the rest of the worksheet. Once you have set the reference lines for your scan, press Add Scan. The scan is now in the task list, awaiting a final command to be processed. Note: each scan will result in a measurement. Measurement numbers will not show up until the scan is completed, therefore you will only make note of the measurement number in the final step. Select the next occupied carousel position and repeat this procedure for any other tubes you are scanning in this experiment. If multiple samples are stacked in one tube, set your reference lines to the second region of the tube to be scanned. Be sure to keep track of which scan corresponds to which samples. Once all scans have been added, click OK on the Scout View window. Check the task list one last time to make sure all scans have been added to the queue, then press Submit Batch Scans. Note: the measurement program will close once a batch scan is submitted. This does not mean that the program has crashed. It is good practice to check the results of the scans after they are completed by navigating to the evaluation software. You will also be able to make note of the measurement number at this time. The measurement numbers will be listed in the order in which the scans were submitted. Once you have identified your most recent scan results, go back to the Measurement Notes section of the Scanco microCT50 Bone Scanning Procedure Worksheet to make note of which measurement numbers correspond to which scan.